Here we are again in my backyard, and today our main focus is going to be harvesting this burdock here. And in the meantime, as I'm making my way back there, I'm going to talk to you about some of the plants that are here. And here's a big thistle plant. Thistles can be used for food. If you peel away the outer stalk and the stems, the inner stem can be boiled for food. So I'm just going to cut that and set it aside, and let's see, actually the stem on this one's hollow, so there's not going to be very much food value here, so I won't be using the thistle as part of my dinner tonight. But as we're making our way back towards the burdock, you can see that there's some other plants here. These are violet leaves, and violet leaves are another edible plant in your backyard. You can eat the young ones raw in small amounts, added to salads, potentially about an eighth to a quarter of the greens that you'd have in your salad. Also, we have this waterleaf ballhead, and the waterleaf ballhead is another edible plant when young. It'd be more survival food, but it still might be worth a try. So what you would do is you could steam the stems and the leaves for food. So let's continue back here for the burdock. Now this is a really big burdock here in my raspberry patch. I'm clearing them out so that it will be easier for me to harvest the raspberries later, and also to give this tree more room to grow. And anytime that there's a big root that you're going to gather, what you want to do is put water on it for a while to help ease the release of the root from the soil. So gathering burdock with respect for the plants involves giving a gift to the plant first, appreciating it. And today I'm going to offer some fennel seeds to the land, to the burdock, in exchange for the burdock offering food and medicine for us. Burdock looks like rhubarb plant with its large leaves. One of the differences is that the underside of burdock is the leaves are white, and also the stems have some white to them. And this has a single taproot. Burdock is one of those other foods that came to it's one of the wild plants that came to North America for food. And the leaves, the young leaves are edible, and also the stems can be cut and cooked. Now I've soaked the ground here with water for a while, so it seems like this one's pretty easy to come up now. Here we have the burdock taproot, which I'm going to rinse off. These burdock leaves, most of them here are really too big to eat, so these would be tougher. You want to get as much of the dirt off the root as you can. And then to process it, what we'll do is break it. This one is still pretty pliable. Now it's time to peel the burdock root. So after it's washed, there is a outer coating on there, and what you can do is peel it. You can use a knife or simply your vegetable peeler. And we're going to want to rinse it off a little bit more. And then from there, it can simply be prepared, chopped up, and prepared for a meal. The fresh burdock root can be chopped and added to stir fries, just like any other root vegetable. It can also be cut into small bits for soup. It's really good with split pea soup. So we're going to chop the fresh root once again before we add it to the stir fry tonight. And then also the young dandelion, this is the perfect size of burdock root that you can use for food, as well as the stems will be tender enough to chop up. So then we're going to just prepare this like a young green vegetable by chopping the stems. And I like to prepare the leaves by rolling them. If you have several, you can stack them up, fold them in half, roll them up, and slice. So the burdock will make a nice soup stock, or it can be used in a stir fry. Now these leaves are really too old to use for food. Oh, most of these on the outside are. Looks like on the inside with this stalk here, this might still be nice for food. So we'll wash these up and also prepare them for stir fry. So you can see simply by knowing how to identify some of the other free, wild, edible plants in your backyard that you can save money and have lots of nutrition with the wild green edibles in your backyard. Now if you wanted to use the burdock root for medicine, you could prepare as a tincture. If you want to know more about preparing a fresh plant for tincture, you can visit my YouTube video that says Dr. Linda prepares dandelion tincture. And you could also use the burdock root for tea.